Hello there, Internet, and welcome back to Chapter 6 of Haak. This is on the beta branch version of Haak, and this has been recorded straight after my intro to the previous video. So if you've watched that one, you'll remember what I said about, I don't tend to record intros like this after the fact, and this is still after the fact. This is the second video in a row where I have the need to critique quite heavily what you are about to watch and prepare you for quite a lot of quite angry and salty swearing. Because in this episode, we're going to fight a boss. And it's not a good boss. It has the potential to be a good boss, but there are several things that drag it down. The first thing that drags it down is the arena. This is feedback for the devs, assuming they're watching these videos. The arena itself is frustrating for a couple of reasons. It's covered in green gunk, and the green gunk doesn't all disappear when you hit one section of it, as I kind of feel like it should. And of course, it does as much damage as everything else does in the game, and it only needs the tiniest blob of this green gunk to do as much damage as a full-on hit from the boss. In my opinion, that is not good design. Adding on to the issue with the arena, it's in several tiers. Getting up to the middle tier is fine. Getting up from the middle tier to the higher tier has the obvious tendency of environmental hazards in the way. If you're in the middle, you're going to hit the spiky door just because of how the height works on the jump. And if you're towards the sides, you're going to hit yourself on the goop in the corners. And that's frustrating. Either the arena needs to be just ever so slightly bigger so that when you're on the top row, there's the potential of getting hit by these environmental hazards, but not just from when you're doing your default jump up from the middle row. Add to this the issue that I've got with the boss itself. And it's a 2-stage boss fight, and it seems kind of random as to how much damage it can take before it switches to the second phase. Don't think it's timed. I think it's an amount of damage, but I'm not sure. Because I can never tell. And that's a problem. So that's one issue with it. The amount of damage it takes and when it switches over into its second phase. Second issue with it. At a certain point, the boss will start throwing shurikens at you. Now, it can be damaged by these shurikens if it lands on them, but it seems to be utterly random as to where the shurikens stick in the floor. For example, if it jumps up high enough so that it's on the second level, so that second level is between you and the boss, sometimes when it throws shurikens at you and you're on the lower level, the shurikens will stick into the level between you. And sometimes it won't. And I can't for the life of me see any tell or indicator of when they're going to go through and when they're not. And because of that, there's no way of planning an effective evasion strategy. And that's frustrating. And likewise, when it comes to the enemy landing on its shurikens, it's inconsistent whether they're going to, hit the platform that it's just above or whether they're just going to come straight through and hit me. And the fact that it throws 2 waves in rapid succession creates an extra level of frustration. And the third piece of frustration that I have with the boss itself is its hitbox. It does a charging claw swiping attack at you. And it seems to have a much longer range than we do in terms of its hitbox. The only way I can see of knocking it out of that attack is through the charged hits. But as we've discussed in previous episodes, when it comes back to knocking rockets and missiles and stuff back at the appropriate launcher or the boss in the case of Fatty, the range on it and the amount of time and the charge, it doesn't feel great. It feels inconsistent, and it feels like our ability is worse than the boss's ability. All in all, it combines to a boss that I don't think is particularly good. And therefore, it's a boss that you feel like you have to play super safe with, and thus it drags on. And just like with the fatty fights, which has been changed a bit, but still not enough in my opinion, the bigger boss fights in the game so far drag too much. They're too long. They need to be condensed. Either the bosses need less health, or there needs to be less going on the screen in the case of the fatty boss, or actually this guy with the green goop everywhere. Because there is not that sense of satisfaction that you get in, for example, a Soulsborne game, where you finally defeat the boss and you feel overwhelmed with how much better you have become at the game. In Haak, I don't feel like I'm getting any better at the game once I've gone through this loop of trying to defeat the boss. I feel like the mechanics are weighted against me and the controls are the biggest obstacle. I've said in previous videos that the controls of a video game should be unnoticeable. They are simply a conduit from player to mechanics. Anytime you feel like you are wrestling with the controls and it's just not doing what you want it to do, that is a flaw in your control scheme. And the slide mechanic especially, and slide and the kind of corner grabbing, realistically, they are mini bosses in and of themselves. So, as I said in the previous video, why would you want to watch the rest of this video after you've listened to me rant or give feedback, realistically, for 7 minutes? It's a good question. There are chapters in the description or the search bar below, so you can find what it is that you are looking for. But again, if there are any developers watching, please take my feedback on board, because if the bosses in your game are going to continue being a little bit too long and a little bit more frustrating than satisfying, we're gonna have some issues, because your general platforming and exploration are great. Like, really great. I love the map. I love exploring the map. I love finding the things. I love the power-ups and abilities that we are getting. But your boss fights are a bit of a problem right now. Enjoy the video, everybody. Thank you for watching. Whatever. Problem is now it's just put me in such a bad mood from such a crap experience. Oh, for God's sake. Like, you can't turn around in midair and attack either, which is really annoying. Yeah. Oh, we don't even have enough. I'm getting bored. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, see, I feel like I want to clear the green stuff away every time. Oh. Why have they made those doors spiky? Oh, fuck's sake. You know, they weren't spiky before. They didn't do damage before, so why have they added that now? Just to take off more of your health. Oh. I feel like that you can actually knock those things back at him, but he doesn't use them unless you're really close. Oh, that was not. I feel like I've got no damage and no health, and I'm just wondering, am I just supposed to go all the way back and explore before killing this guy, or am I just supposed to use the? What the? Oh, they explode as well as doing damage when they hit you. Of course they do. I don't even know if this guy's actually taking damage. Well, I just don't feel like I'm doing any damage. And because you've got the timer of the gas as well, it feels really unbalanced. You know, it'd be great if I could do some environmental damage or something, just hit him into the slimes, or... And of course he blocks so much of your attacks. Sake. I can't do enough damage to him. I actually feel like using this crappy cheat machine thing. Well, there's only one thing that we can use for him anyway. It just doesn't feel like I'm doing anything to him. Oh, the fact that he can turn around! Again, just not a well-designed boss fight. This time for environmental reasons, and the fact that I just don't know when he's taking damage or not. Sometimes he seems to have white numbers, sometimes he seems to have red numbers. It's just... Oh, there's no point using the... Jesus Christ. It's a good job that this is the beta test branch. because I suspect they're going to get some fun feedback from testers on this one. Oh, and that didn't stun him this time. Oh, okay. So that's consistent as well, then. This is going to be one of those games that is going to be in early access for a while, because it's going to need some real redesign and rebalancing. Why did that not go off? Oh, for God's sake. No, kill me. Because there's no point. Because of all this green shit everywhere, you lose all your maneuverability. Why did it not dash then? Oh, and just getting up the screen without taking damage is a piss take. Oh, fuck off. Jesus. Let's just take stock. You can't jump up between those things without using this. But they've deliberately made it so that if you are even vaguely in the air when you use it, you are gonna hit the green stuff above you. Again, it's the game's the designer's obsession with filling the arena with too much stuff. And why is my dash not working? Oh, for God's sake. Everything does so much damage. I've got no healing. I've got to sit through this bloody stupid double-phase boss fight. And the charge attack's useless on this fight as well. Because it doesn't... Because it doesn't work half of the time. And it's got a pitiful range. As opposed to his attacks. Why is he still alive? The amount of damage he can take seems to be completely arbitrary. Just having this shit here in the middle of the arena is unnecessary. By all means, have the edges or something fill up later, but... Why is he... How much damage can he take before he... Oh, I'm... This is the kind of crap design that turns people to, you know, cheat engine and stuff. It's almost like in their quest to create something that was challenging, they forgot to make it fun at the same time. It almost feels like it's deliberately overtuned so that people don't complete it as fast. You know, see, why did he take so few hits that time? So he can get hit by his own shuriken, except that it's really unclear as to why sometimes they get stuck on the ledge and they sometimes don't. And the fact that he can turn around in the middle of a... I'm just going to die anyway. It should be noted that if I attack in the air, I can't turn around and attack again. So the fact that he can is frustrating. And then there's the inconsistency of, you know, how many hits he can take. There's the inconsistency of the charge attack. Not that it actually seems to do the right amount of damage anyway. You know, it's great that it stuns him. Oh, okay. Or doesn't in certain cases. Oh, I've got 1 HP left, so... might as well kill myself. What am I supposed to do? Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh my god, unless you wait the full freaking second before you turn around when you attack. No, he still turns around faster than you can get to the other side of him. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, he's got longer range than I have as well. So I think actually, unless you get lucky in terms of the swing cycle of his animation, you're gonna get hit regardless. Why? How? Why can he turn around when he's stunned? Oh, that's just not gonna... Oh, the fucking attack! Oh, fuck's sake. It gets stuck in the crouch state. Interestingly, it seems to turn around better from the slide. Never mind, just die. I'm fighting on two fronts here. I'm fighting the god-awful controls. No. See, what works for phase 1 doesn't work for phase 2. I think the game wants us to hit his shuriken back at him. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think he can take maybe 40 damage. No, it still doesn't go off. Oh, what? How much earlier do I have to let go of the button so that it goes off on time? Well, clearly not that early. Just kill me. There's absolutely no point. These doors do not need to be spiky to start off with. It'd just be nice if the save point refilled my healing, or that I got some healing from hitting him. What? Why did I just decide to crawl away? Can't do anything about that there because of this shit in the way. Oh, and it's just... Oh my god. In all honesty, it feels like I'm missing something. What the? Oh, for fuck's sake! It just didn't attack. Oh, screw you. Oh god, thank god for that, a save point. Okay. Okay. Feedback. That was probably the worst designed enemy and boss in the game so far. Its arena was awful. The way it interacted with the various abilities that we've got, also awful. The shuriken move that he did just was massively frustrating to deal with, because when you are on a timer, like a room filling up with gas, and you've got multiple levels, each of which has its own environmental hazards, there's just too much. And the fact that if you hit part of that environmental hazard, some of it disappears, but not all of it, that needs fixing. You know, if you went out of your way to hit the green stuff in the middle, have all of the green stuff in the middle disappear, not just one or two blobs left over that still do massive amounts of damage to you. You don't have enough HP in the game to deal with that, and the invincibility frames aren't long enough when you're also dealing with an enemy that can chuck multiple shurikens your way. It feels like I don't have enough health and I don't have enough damage, and that enemy seemed to be blocking 90% of it anyway. I couldn't tell when he was taking damage and when he wasn't. This entire area has been a pain in the ass to do, not because of the challenge, but because of the controls and the lack of responsiveness and just the general kind of taking the pissness of it. It just hasn't been fun, unfortunately. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.